The Davidson Academy is a one-of-a-kind school for profoundly gifted students with an online campus for students living anywhere in the United States and a day school located on the University of Nevada, Reno campus for local residents.
Our goal was to do something meaningful in the area of education.
We did a lot of research on gifted schools and programs. There are other institutions for gifted kids, however, this was unique.
What we needed was not just an academic challenge, but social peers.
And having a school full of profoundly gifted students is just an amazing environment to be in.
When you come to this school, you're surrounded by a community of teachers and students who want to learn or want you to learn as much as you do, and I think that that's something you can't get anywhere else.
The people here, the staff, the students, the teachers, the entire community, it's not like any other school.
The most rewarding aspect of working with profoundly gifted young people is really allowing them to be themselves.
Curriculum is designed specifically for Academy middle and high school classes and focuses on higher level thinking.
Our classes are typically 15 students or less, and it's definitely a very critical thinking oriented type approach.
My middle school students, when they first come to the academy, they grow about 3 years in English in their first year here.
So all of our curricula are developed with the idea of we want to see your process, we want to see how your mind works.
In history, it's not at all about memorizing dates or anything. It's mainly about thinking critically, like drawing big picture connections like to the present day, and so I'm finding that really interesting.
Teaching at the academy is what, as a college student going into teaching, what we dreamed that teaching would be like.
The Davidson Academy provides profoundly gifted students an appropriately challenging education.
At the Davidson Academy, the students are grouped by ability, not by age. And that's a true game changer.
In August, before school starts, we have placement testing for math and science, and any student is welcome to take any level test they want.
The Personalized Learning Plan, or PLP, is developed for every student here at Davidson.
So what that means is we place students based on their abilities rather than their age or their traditional grade level.
The PLP, the Personalized Learning Program, is very different because it means that students are organizing their classes based on ability level.
When I came in, I was in Algebra 1. That was the first class I took. I was 9. That's fine. But I also have some friends who were like 9 or 10 when they came, and they started in calculus. So you have those opportunities available here that aren't necessarily available at other schools.
Age has nothing to do with placement ever. It is merely a matter of what level are you in every subject. And the cool thing about that is once we get that process finished, we've got what we call ability grouping, and then everybody's at a pretty similar level in the class.
And because they do the personalized learning, they're able to just really excel at everything that they want to do, and they don't put a limit to that.
Located on the University of Nevada, Reno campus, students learn at an accelerated pace while working side by side with their intellectual peers. And with the addition of our online program, the Davidson Academy can reach hundreds of students with the same curriculum.
That they're not just coming into a challenging environment, they're coming into a caring environment where they can be all they can be, surrounded by people who really care about the individual needs of each student.
Every teacher knows most every other student. And so we've got our meetings once a week, our staff meetings, where if there's something going on with the kid, you can bring it up and see if other teachers are seeing the same things.
The quality of the teachers, I think, is what stands out above everything. The teachers that I've had over the last 9 years have been absolutely fantastic.
I think the teachers are my favorite part of the academy, just because not only are they super devoted to the material that they're teaching and they're very passionate about the subjects, but they're also very kind people, and they really do take care of the students here, which was so reassuring when I first came to the academy.
One thing that I was really pleasantly surprised by was how kind and approachable the teachers are. They're not at all intimidating.
All the teachers are really friendly and funny and willing to work with you.
I think a lot of students might feel a bit lonely at their other schools, and that won't happen here.
There's a trust between the teachers and the student here that I think was very, very hard to foster elsewhere.
We never felt that connection with their previous teachers in other schools.
They've just been incredible role models for my kids. And that's sort of icing on the cake. I did not expect that.
Students are provided tailored advisement through their tenure at the Academy. encouraging students in both academic and extracurricular activities to better prepare them for their future endeavors.
All young people, regardless of how bright they are, really do need the support of adults around them. So rather than leave them to fend for themselves, what we offer here is a support network.
So the teachers really get to know the students, and they can truly take a very individualized approach in their learning.
It's not just the teachers, but the administrative staff is amazing.
They're always very supportive when it comes to all aspects of our kids' lives.
The Academy offers so many resources in terms of academic advising. There is always somebody to talk to if you're having a problem.
We have enough support staff that the counselors actually pay attention to the well-being of the children rather than just scheduling standardized testing.
Here, our kids meet with counselors regularly, weekly, monthly, whatever they need or want. And so there's a lot of support there as well.
But one of the major things that's there at the Academy that isn't there at most other schools is clubs during lunch, and specifically how clubs can be started by students no matter what their interests could be.
There are so many activities, so many clubs, and we always felt that there is always something to do.
Rather than have teachers and administrators choose options that we think the students will be interested in, the students are really the ones that drive that.
We have many student-run clubs and teacher-run clubs, and you can attend those however many you'd like.
For such a small school, it's like mind-boggling how many different student organizations that we have, and also it's not difficult to make one yourself.
Whatever you're interested in, you'll find students who are interested in that thing as well. And even if your only interest is just being alone and staying away from everybody, you'll find someone else who's also interested in that but doing it with you. So yeah, there's always the opportunity to find new friends.
Being located on the Nevada campus provides opportunities for students to easily continue in subjects where they finish at the high school level.
Being located on the campus of the University of Nevada, Reno is actually one of the best things about where we are in Reno as an academy.
It does wonders for our students because it opens a whole world of education beyond the classic high school type education.
You can take classes that you would never have the chance to take in high school. So like if you want to take a class about medieval Spanish literature, you can, and I have friends who have as well.
We are basically treated like UNR students, and what this allows us to do is to take UNR courses and basically not ever feel restrained in any of the subjects.
We have access to everything that the UNR students would have access to. We have access to their libraries, their resources, their technology, and their labs.
So we have some very well-prepared students coming into the classes, and they actually add to the richness of discussions and group projects.
We've got some students who have taken chemistry and advanced chemistry and biology and advanced biology, and then they're over at the university taking organic chem or moving on into higher biology classes.
Last semester I finished Calculus 3 at the Davidson Academy, but after that now I'm taking differential equations at the university.
We have students here that have achieved the equivalent of a major in mathematics. In other words, they've covered all of the coursework that a math major at the university would before they graduated from high school.
They can take any course in the university that it's appropriate for them at that time. The sky is the limit, and some of our students have achieved pretty high altitude in that sky.
Many families relocate to Reno so their students can attend the academy, and tuition is free for Nevada residents.
Families from all over the country have moved to the Reno area to access the Davidson Academy.
Despite its small size, it has plenty of different opportunities. I mean, that's why it's called the biggest little city in the world.
Reno is a very outdoorsy environment, so it's actually helped me get into climbing a bit more. It's helped further my interest in going outdoors and skiing.
And there's plenty of things to do socially with other parents. So that was also unexpected.
Everyone is super welcoming and open to new people and to the new families.
For most families, this move has proven to be a pleasant surprise.
Everyone has at least come from a different school, maybe a different city, different state, or even different country. So it's easier to form those friendships than if you were to go to a place where everyone has kind of been from day one.
When families do move here, the school, first of all, is very welcoming. Has great introduction programs. and they have events that bring all these families together early on.
We really felt that we entered into a second family. I even remember the first ice cream social, the first barbecue we attended. Everyone was very friendly.
We find that more often than not, families stay here after their students graduate, so there's really something to be said for that.
Moving to Reno, though, is not the only option. The Davidson Academy online curriculum is quickly becoming the new standard in online learning.
We have a new online high school option that we started, recognizing that not all families are in a position to move to Reno to access the Reno campus.
We've hired people who are online specialists to take the curriculum we use in the building and adapt that for an online environment.
We've specially designed and built our online program to be very collaborative. It is much more interactive than others.
So what we're trying to do is to bring the Davidson Academy experience to those students who are not in a position to necessarily move to the physical Davidson Academy.
We're taking what we know works at the brick and mortar and making sure it works in the online form. And now we're also getting to the point where we're developing original curriculum for our online students as well.
Aside from the level of curriculum, of course, is also the interaction time.
One of the other teachers started an online writing center, a tutoring center. So we have some of the older students who are reading over drafts for the younger students and providing them feedback.
I think the biggest example of what we're doing to link the Reno campus with the online campus is doing a joint yearbook class. And so as an elective on Fridays, we have both online students and Reno students interacting in the same yearbook class, and they're working to put together a joint yearbook for this year.
To learn more, visit the Academy's website or contact us today.
It's a really unique educational opportunity, and it's really an amazing place.
It's comforting to know that they're in an environment where they can prosper, where they can be so happy, and then they can move forward, and an environment where they're making a lot of friends.
All of my students who have gone on to the absolute top tier schools always come back and say that we as an institution have prepared them across the board.
And so by the time they're graduating, they're very thrilled to have had the academic experience, but to watch those graduating seniors talk about how they've made friendships that'll last a lifetime and what they've learned about themselves is really the most rewarding to me.